Oh yeah, oh yeah. Steve requested for me to play a record to start this podcast, to start this episode.
Mm-mm.
You know, the crazy thing is that this song played in my head a few hours ago. First of all, shout out to Ghana.
Ah,
I know there's been a lot of back and forth, Nigeria, Ghana. First
you
of all,
can't.
shout out to Ghana.
We can't be
Let me just,
mourning. We can't be mourning Nigeria and you're playing a song from Ghana.
I'm
That's just
sorry.
like you're
Shout out to
rubbing it
Ghana.
in.
That's the
Come on,
first thing I'm
man.
going to say.
What's
Osagi,
wrong with this
Osagi,
guy?
you know what you are doing.
What's
Let
wrong
me
with this
explain what you are
guy?
doing.
What's wrong
Osagi,
with
let
this
me
guy?
explain what you are doing. This is like a man who just lost his wife and is praising his neighbor's wife. Hey, Mama Nkechi,
Understand?
it's fine.
You know
Why?
what?
Why?
I was
Why?
the one that requested for it. I don't want again.
We
I
know.
beg. Let's cancel it. I beg. I don't want again.
No problem. I am now
Yeah.
requesting what I want to play.
DJs
What?
don't, DJs don't request their own songs when they're performing. You don't see Jimmy Jazz, they request his own song.
Yes,
don't
because how do
understand.
they end up playing music in the club? They request it in their brain and then they play the record.
Osagi, I beg.
All right, so we're going to start off like this. I started with this song and I went into a wormhole. And I'll tell you why I say shout out to what? Shout out to Ghana.
You got eyes like the sun. Anytime you look at me, shine beautiful. Yeah. And your lips are the bomb.
DJ Kumasi, thank you very much. DJ Kumasi, thank you.
Yeah, you talk
DJ
like a bird.
Kumasi.
Got a voice that really sounds
DJ
so
Kumasi.
beautiful. Got hands that are soft. Anytime we hold, it's all so beautiful. And you funny as hell. Anytime you laugh, it's way too beautiful. Got style like a pearl. Anytime you step on the scene, so beautiful. Got moves like a cat. I love it when you sexy walk. That's beautiful. And you care like a nurse. This is
Shout out to M Triller. M Triller the Dawn. This song was playing in my head, right? Was playing in my head and just playing in my head and playing in my head. And I had to just play this song. And so when I play this song is called Beautiful. This is by M Trill. This is off his debut album, which released in 2008. Number one. The name of the song is Beautiful, right? And it's an amazing song. And I'll go into the backstory of that. But I played this record and I was like, man, Ghanaian music is so rich. It's so rich. And when I played this record, you know what came to my mind, guys? There was
What?
one other record that just immediately came to my head, which I have to play for you guys now. You guys have to admit that's a top 10. That's a top, at least that's a top 30 Afrobeats record.
Osagi, I have a
Like
question.
find Afrobeats.
No, first of all, you're
And
wrong.
so, yeah, go ahead.
So, secondly, how come it's in our demise that you are now playing the songs of our enemies. I don't really.
I'm sorry, guys.
Is your
Shout
Nigerian
out to
citizenship
Ghana.
shaky? Is your Nigerian citizenship shaky? I
It's
don't
not. It's not.
understand.
It's not. I just
Okay.
gotta keep it real.
Are you
Guess what?
envying the electricity?
Guess what? Guess what?
Because I don't understand.
Listen to that record. That record was so good, and it only took me to another record.
Is enough. We're
It
not
took
in
me
Ghana.
to another
If
record.
you are playing the Ghanaian record, is enough. Report.
It's okay.
Okay.
Technically, there's a Nigerian on this
No,
record.
we don't
And this
want.
record is
We do not want to
this
be
record is a
tainted.
classic.
We do not want to be. We want pure Nigerian music, please. Nigeria lost, so we need to be focused on Nigeria. We don't want to mix it. We don't want ECOWAS music. We're not doing. Don't DJ ECOWAS. Please stop this.
Oh boy, baby. You just dey make my heart go jiggy jiggy. Oh my God. And my hobby touch it now. Goes to all the African ladies. So wait, now mo pa, mama sas, and no brain na sabo pa, mama sas. So wait, now mo pa, mama sas, and no brain na sabo pa, mama sas. We your partner take here, and stop. We your partner take here, and stop. We your partner take here, and stop. It's a new way to come on, and stop. A new way to come on, and stop, and stop, and stop, and stop. Whoop ya now do ya ten. Who girl ya now go to no do so. Who do ben swat? Now we better different. They say that what penis and oh pele. Why how about to tumbia? Come on, we did not tell. I don't want myself. And I would say my kuma say to. When my men are singing out, and I'm missing me, who say Freddy. One man's poison is another man's sweet. Me pavema, oh yeah, I see. I'll be telling you, making your nose say yeah. If you don't take me, let me go. If you don't want me, let me go. And for me, when you're from MS7, me please. No better than the car. No son, no more. Can you say better don't ya?
Now that's a classic record. You have to admit that's a classic record.
Was Tony
And when I-
Tetula our James Brown? Our Bobby Brown?
Fair
No,
catch.
no,
Okay.
no, come on.
It was our Cisco.
Mm.
Exactly. Yeah, it was more like that.
Cisco, yeah. There's a similarity
You
there
have to
between
like
Cisco and Bobby
liking
Brown.
the hair, the bleached hair. And all that. So I listened to Fen Fen and Fair, and I'm going to give a deep dive into all these records, right? I listened to Fen Fen and Fair, and I was like, damn, what a classic record. And it led me to another Ghanaian crossover record.
Steve,
The last one.
Huh?
should we do our I don't understand this guy.
Yeah,
ECOWAS love.
that's what it's been like.
We are
that's what
surrounded
it's
by
looking like.
enemies. We are surrounded by enemies.
Hey, all my people, let's go. Ghana, Nigeria, let's go. All my people, let's go. Ghana, Nigeria, let's go. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take. I started with Bola for school and there was no order. We just be like partners at the same time we love each other. I no one leave her alone, cause she is strong with me like stone. Some toast stuck on the bone, cause they want Bola to be their own. Waiting I go do if I no see Bola for one day. School life is the best, I can't think say you no go end. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take. I'm in love with two women, I don't know which one to take.
I want to point something out.
All these records I just played are classic records. Shout out to Ghana.
Can I point something out, Mr. Osagie?
Yes, go ahead.
You know, I think Steve dropped it in the group earlier this week that since they expanded the format of African Cup of Nations, Ghana haven't won it, right? Ghana hasn't won the African Cup of Nations. Since we expanded music in Africa, you know, when Amapiano enter, where people come day, you know, say Ghana knows they get hit again. So let's just keep it going. Thank you. That's my observation.
Wow.
DJ
What an observation.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Ghana. Let's start off this podcast by saying everybody who listens to Loose Talk podcast that is living in Ghana or is Ghanaian, right? Whether you're in the diaspora, you are in Accra, Kumasi, wherever you are, shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. Ghanaian music is amazing. I had to give a shout out. The deep dive I did today was amazing. Like I just went into a whole wormhole, right? So listen to the M Trill record. Name of the song is beautiful. Let me give you a quick backstory to M Trill. And for those who don't know M Trill is one of Nigeria's pioneer, or yeah, well I say 2008. I won't say pioneer, but one of like the early stage, hip hop artists who, just like every hip hop artist back then, carried hip hop on their back, from PH, Port Harcourt. He was in a group called Specimen A. I remember Specimen A.
Def.
Yeah, so he went solo, signed with Grafton Records, went solo, and dropped the album number one. I think M Trill got on a lot of people's radar when he won the Chanelo Award for
Yeah.
Channel.
Best West African Acts
Mm-hmm.
out of the blue. Everybody's like, who is this guy? How's this guy winning Best African Act in 2008? He dropped the album, the debut album, number one. It's a dope album. I listened to it again today. Has the record Langua. Remember that record with Two Shots,
Yeah.
which is a classic Nigerian record. When M Trill, I think this was the third single. Beautiful was the third single. Bounce was the first single. Langua was second single. Then Beautiful dropped. I remember when Beautiful dropped, man, people killed M Trill. This record I just played, this Beautiful record, people killed M Trill. Like, I raised up my hand. I was part of the people that joined in the crucifixion.
I like
What
I
do you
like
call
the,
it?
I like the honesty. I like the honesty.
Yeah, I was part of it. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is this the guy that won Best African Act? Get the fuck out of here. What's this beautiful record he's doing? Guess what? Years later, less than 20 years later, right? This is this is the music, or this is the template that defines how to actually make records. Still goes back to what Rocketman said. If you do not put your mother tongue inside the music, you are wasting your time. If you are trying to like appeal to a large fan base, right? And good for me is that M Trail is my friend today. And a few years ago, I actually had a conversation with him, and I apologized because I opened up to him and told him, man, bro, let me tell you something. I was part of people that was killing you back then, bro. But the guy, and I asked him like, why did you do that record back then? And when people were killing you for it, how did you feel? And he opened up to me and said he thought it was a great record. Put a Ghanaian hook on it and make it like it's a babe record, and it was a good single. Everything can be hardcore. And he said he had the vision then because he knew this is how to appeal to people. This is how to appeal to people, and this is how to rap to like a Nigerian fan base or like an African fan base. And he said he was slaughtered for it back then, but he stuck to it because he knew what he was saying. And what validates that now is um how music is accepted now, the kind of music people are making now, which is very similar to what he did back then. So I just want to give a shout out to M Trill the God. You can check out his music. It's on Spotify. And it's on Audio Mac as well. The name of the album is number one. And then he dropped a mixtape in 2010 called Ladies and Gentlemen, which has the classic record called Trailer, which is probably my favorite M Trill record. Then I think he did a compilation on on Spotify. It's called Missing Link. So if you can check it out, it's M dash Trail Missing Link, and then he put like all his favorite hits and everything. It's like a compilation album, so you guys can check that out. All right. So when I was listening to that, I was like, this. I need to listen to VIP. I just need to listen to VIP, which is the Ahom Kawomu record, right? See, let me tell you something about VIP. This is Music Africa era. Ayo, you gotta chip in here. Music Africa era. When this record dropped, like if you know the crew called VIP, hip hop has played a very, very big role, a very influential role in the development of Afrobeats and high life. If you look
Hip
at
life, hip
VIP,
life, hip life.
Hip
Yeah.
life. If you look at VIP, these guys look like three hip hop artists from the from Atlanta, down south Atlanta.
Yeah.
The way they dress. I'm looking at the cover of their debut album, right? And they have baseball jerseys on, right? Let me just. They dressed like They dressed like G units. They dressed like 2020, 2003, 2004. They dressed like they were going to do a photo shoot for the cover of Back for Mercy, G Units Back for Mercy.
Yeah.
Literally, that's how the album cover is, and that's a lot of hip hop influence. And these three amazing artists dropped this amazing album to me, which is like one of the best, not the defining, right, but something that reached the pinnacle of like music consumption, high music consumption, especially in Nigeria. I have to give a shout out to VIP for doing that. And guess who signed them before they dropped this album? Guess who? Just guess who?
Baba Keke.
Keke na
Kenny
Kenny's now.
Music.
Yeah.
Kenny.
They
See,
said in
there's
first
one
half for
label
a few
that
years. They stayed in first
there's.
half for a few years.
Are you serious? So they were in
Yes, they
Lagos.
moved. They moved. They started living in first half. That's how they all got. That's how they got the old
For the
thing.
sauce.
Yeah, they came for the
Damn.
sauce. And you know the
Wait,
funny thing.
Okay.
You know the funny thing was that Philip Trimmer was the owner of Music Africa, right? So he wanted to
Yes.
create a very Pan-African music program that everybody could watch. What that did for us here in Nigeria was that we now saw what was happening in Ghana, and they were like light years ahead of us. We saw 4x4, TikTok, the rest of them, and they were killing
Lord
us
Kenya.
in music and in
Reggie Rockstone.
music video. Yeah, Reggie Rockstone, music videos and in the music again. And we had to up our game because that was the first like African country we could point out to, like, oh my, these people are doing this shit. South Africa was busy with Kwaito, and we didn't understand Kwaito back then. That was too far for us. But when we saw the Hip Life boys doing their stuff in Ghana, and that's what led to the VIP coming to Lagos and everything. Tetula doing a song with TikTok. It now brought about that connection. That first West African connection for popular music before everybody now got lumped into Afrobeats. Yeah. They were basically doing hip life and they were killing it. There's a time that we had You May Kiss the Bread. I be 16 years. Ghana were shooting
R2Ds.
shooting hits like mad. Brrr. Even when they did when R2Bs and when they code, they're shooting like mad. Yeah, and
I love the Ghanaian Nigerian crossover. I love it. I love it.
it's
I think when
mad.
it happens, it's always good. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it happens, bro, Tony Tetula and TikTok, Fenfen Affair is a classic record. Like we
Very
played the
classic.
record now. Still started
It's
dancing.
a jam. It's a
You know what
jam.
I'm
No, that song
Yeah,
was
It's a
jam.
jam.
And Tetula now gave a killer. That verse, I'm like, bro, how did he even cover?
Bro,
Flawless.
I listened to that song today like maybe 8 times. I'm telling you guys, Tony Tetula is one of one.
No, it's
I'm
one on
telling
one.
you.
Nobody
You know
can
that TikTok had destroyed that record.
finish it.
Like the vocal delivery of that record, the way he's shouting, he killed the record, right? He's broken the record down. There's only one thing Tony Tetula could do.
Just bring
Tony
it. Just
Tetula had 16 bars on that record. Do you know what Tony Tetula did on that record? He repeated every line.
yes, no. Can't kill yourself.
The guy, he says, TikTok from Ghana, Tony Tetula from Niger. TikTok from Ghana, Tony Tetula from Niger. If you love your woman, oh yeah, if you love your woman, I've never heard that thing in my life before. When someone is repeating,
And there's something he did with his voice. There's something he did with his voice on that record too.
Yeah, when he's taking the second line, he now changes it.
Yeah,
He flexes it. a
that
little
changes
bit.
it.
Yeah.
then the TikTok now came and said, let me help you. TikTok from Ghana, Tony Tetula. They don't go, they want on me to Rasta.
Osagie.
They don't. Oh no, God.
How did Nigeria like just blaze past Ghana? Because we on this Afrobeat thing we were pairs. You get like we were pairs. Like
they had the first hit and the first viral dance from Afrobeat.
that's Azonto now, Abi?
Azonto was the first viral dance. Azonto was the first. I think it came before Oliver. I'm not sure if it came before Oliver or not.
He came after Oliver.
It came after Oliver.
It was huge.
Oliver, but it was huge.
It was huge. Yeah.
Chris Mann went to America to say it was not Nigerian.
Which Azonto are you talking about? Is it the Azonto, the UK guy, Azonto,
the UK guy.
Sarkozy's Azonto?
The UK guy.
No, the UK guy.
Okay, the UK guy, Azonto, that Azonto, right?
Yeah.
Then Sarkozy's.
See that song? He killed the Nigerian clubs. That song killed Nigerian clubs. Mad.
No. Guess who did that beat?
That's
was EL.
yeah.
EL. EL did the beat. Shout
And
out
the funny
EL.
thing, that is such a pop record for two very hardcore rappers.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing,
That's a
right?
bad
So
thing. Yeah, would
rap,
never,
Wait, so
yeah, would never do a song like that for himself. Never.
yeah, you won't.
be,
You won't.
before I
That,
forget,
that record was crazy. That
Yeah,
record
Steve.
was crazy. That record
before I
was
forget, because I remember
crazy.
it again. Trill, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy, one of the guys in his group, in the first group that you mentioned, I can't remember their name, but I knew them at that time. I knew them, and I've known them Trill for a long time. Like even before the Channel O Award, I knew Trill very well. The guy's name is Bonner. Do you guys know the guy?
No, I don't know.
What?
There's
Trill had a frequent collaborator, a South African rapper, a Port Harcourt rapper, Slim Bonner. You guys don't know Slim Bonner?
Is
I've heard of that name now. If it's Slibona, I've heard of the name.
Slim Bonner.
Is that his partner? I can't remember the guy.
I don't know if it is partner in his group, but they were frequent collaborators. Slim, in short, even before that first album, even before that his debut album. So it just clicked now, right? The Bonner boy, is there any sort of relationship between Slim Bonner and Bonner? There's a particular rapper named Slim Bonner, like back in the days with Trill. Yeah,
I'll
try and remember. Yeah, it's just interesting. I just remembered again.
Yeah.
Wait, so the guy
has
a Wikipedia page or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, Trill.
This
is a different person. Sorry, this is a different person.
Oh, okay. But there's a particular rapper named Slim Bonner back in the days.
PH.
Yeah.
In terms of like music contribution, like contribution to like music generally, right?
Oh, he's there. I've seen him. Sorry, he's the Wikipedia guy. Yeah, I've seen him.
He's the guy, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Slim Bonner, Port Harcourt, back in the day.
Port Harcourt.
So I want to ask a question. Just or Port Harcourt for Afrobeat?
PH is not even.
It's PH.
It's not even. It's not. People try to make it a conversation. It might look like a conversation, but like if we start getting into it, it's not a conversation.
J-Town is very big. J-Town is very big. Let's not fuck with that. Anybody that came from the
we're not saying that.
Yeah. Some people will not know. Like they listen to us now. Just say, okay, no. J-Town.
Let me do it like this. We're looking at 90%, 89%. We're looking at 95% and 90%. That's what we're comparing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you put it like that, I'll take it.
There's something that Whiskey say, right? Whiskey say, if you meet Whiskey back then around 2011, 2010, and say, Wheezy, I'm from Jos, or I'm a singer, a rapper. Whiskey will say, you've blown now. You're from Jos. People from Jos don't flop.
Yeah.
That's how that's how the mad respect you get for J-Town people. Like
J-Town, there's something in the water.
Yeah, but PH is a problem.
No, don't steal PH line. That's Ayo's PH line. Please don't steal it.
Yeah, that's the PH line. Yeah.
No, it's the PH line.
From Koko Miko down to Ajebo's line.
That article is a classic Ayo article.
People slept on that shit. People slept. I'm going to do it in a video. I'll do it in a video format. New class.
Yeah, do it on video. It's a classic Ayo article.
No, PH, I prefer PH.
See,
you come from PH, wrong.
Let's talk about back then PH, Frank De Niro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everybody, Kalangolo.
Frank De Niro.
You understand? We're talking about Frank De Niro. You're talking about
Sky
Double K.
B.
You're talking about Double K. You're talking about Sky B. You're talking about Lyrical.
You remember Lyrical?
Where does Koko Miko fall into the timeline?
You're talking about Koko Miko. You're talking about Trill. You're talking about Mighty.
As a matter of fact, if you listen to Eddie Bonner's work, he was a pure PH boy. There was nothing.
Pure PH. The Bonner that is mistake.
PH and the
Bonner that is mistake was the Port Harcourt. Yeah.
Pure. But because he's very good at absorbing sounds wherever he goes, you could see when he dropped his first album, you could feel the Lagos influence. As he's going around the world, he's tapping from influences.
He's one of the people that has grown musically. Like his growth musically.
Yeah. He's not the one of the. He's the most evolved Nigerian musician of. Yeah, he's the most evolved.
Remember when?
Because if you listen to his first mixtape to now, the Bonner's evolution, and it's not as if he's evolving and He's getting, like you are saying, I miss the old Bonner. No, he's evolving and becoming better.
Better, yeah.
That's how scary that guy is. Fuck him
Facts.
though.
When he first came out, people were saying, "Oh, Burna Boy reminds me of Shank." Now,
Yeah,
the way he has blown, God, more.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
He's
crazy.
gone. He's
Yeah.
gone.
It's crazy. It's crazy that he has not really talked about his. He has not sat down. He doesn't have that classic interview where he has like really broken down his discography, his journey.
Bro,
Not everybody can do it with him though. So
Steve,
yeah.
where's Two Face
Yeah.
classic interview?
No, because before two
I'm
minutes
writing
into the interview, they'll
Yeah.
mention pregnancy,
Yeah.
and they just ruin everything. Yeah,
right now, I'm writing something about Two Face, and I have to go back to that our blackface interview to get like young Two Face, like the stories, because
Yeah.
they
He's not anywhere. Yeah.
it's not there. Yeah,
yeah.
He's
it's
not
crazy.
anywhere. Still speaking on Port Harcourt, we still have to give a shout out to some other people that we've not mentioned. Muna Chiabi, that's
Oh, yeah,
Port Harcourt.
yeah.
Ooh, drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Shout out to Muna Chiabi. I've give it, and I want to give a shout out to Big Bro Andre Blaze. Gotta
Is
give a
that
shout out.
sorry? Is that drop the mic? Is that the first viral, like first trending something that went big on Twitter? Like where we started
One
discussing
of the
it.
first.
One of the
One
first,
of the
right?
First,
Yeah,
but I think it was.
one of the
I think
Yeah,
that was
one of
Moon
the
Knight's
first.
first. I think that was Moon Knight's first viral moment on
Definitely.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah,
shout out to
Andrew
Andre
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yeah,
I want to give a
OG.
big shout out to Andre Blaze, the OG. Also want to give a shout out to Talk Tights, the crew called
Yeah.
Talk Tights. Talk Tight All Stars. Got to give a shout out to them as well. If you guys don't know who Talk Tights is, I actually have the mixtape they dropped. I actually have it. So again, oh my god.
The thing
Shout out
is
to
that
their low for victims. Shout out to their low for victims.
Shout out to
Alufo,
shout out to the Alu 4.
Bro, that boy. Do you know that one of them was like a mad rapper? Do you know?
yes,
One
The guy
of
did a
them.
cover of.
One
The guy
of
did a
them.
cover of Jay-Z's.
One of them. Out
in
of the city. I still play the record last week.
Oh, Osagie, you
still
played that
play the
record.
Not one of them,
Damn.
two of them. Shout
Then
out
sorry.
to Timmy K. Shout out to Timmy K. Timmy K took the last verse on that record. Timmy K is one of my top 20 rappers. Timmy K is literally there. I know he went gospel and all that right now.
Yeah.
But
Bro,
Timmy K
Osagie, you
is
know that
out
rap?
there.
That
What are
cover
you
is
talking about?
bad.
Ain't
Bro.
the girl took the hook. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. These boys were.
Bro,
You know what?
These boys were rapping.
We put the link in the show notes for you guys to hear it. Those
Bro.
boys were rapping. They killed all of them.
Do
Shout
you
out
know-
to Timmy K.
They killed all
took the
of
last
them.
verse.
do you know the
I want to give
hardest
you a quick
bar?
shout out, Ayo, before you go ahead,
Okay.
to your guy. You didn't even mention your own guy.
Who's
Shout
my
out to
guy?
Duncan Daniels.
Oh, Duncan, my G, what's popping?
Shout out to Duncan
OG.
Daniels.
Yeah.
PHCD.
Is this guy from? There's this guy one time, Brimesy or something. He did a dope Trey songs cover back in the days.
I can't remember.
I'll try and remember this game.
Back to Alufo, one of the best bars I ever heard in respect to them were from a rapper that was just referencing their death was when Terry said, "My flame is quick to burn a boy. Rest in peace, Alufo." So yeah, that's it. Yeah, man.
They want me to fall on stage like Burna
That record is heavy.
No, but see,
That record is heavy.
the problem
PH.
the problem with PHCT in
Ajebo Hustlers, Omale.
What?
of course.
I'm telling you, PHCD over Lagos. I'm telling you.
Osagie, let me break something down here, right?
No,
PHCD.
no.
Let me break something down here. Give me like 2 minutes to break something down. So when the British came in, the mistake they made was that they focused on Lagos and said, let's develop Lagos, right? Because fuck it, we'll soon be out of here. They forgot to develop the other regions of the country. Now, unfortunately, when our ancestors now took over power, they decided, fuck it, why develop the states too? Let's just keep running with Lagos and, everything's like that. And that's why Lagos sort of has a haphazard network of where entertainment can blow up. Imagine if the British duplicated that in Rivers State, duplicated that in Jos, duplicated that in Abuja, in Kaduna, in Calabar, in Enugu. Nigeria will have at least 7 or 8 musical hotspots where Ajabos will be like, we don't need to go to Lagos. It's like Yankee now. The West Coast guys, them Dre, they told them, they're like, fuck you, why are we going to New York? We'll play in our LA. I'll make our money in our LA. You don't have to be a national star. You being a regional star is okay. But the problem is that everybody now has to go and do the pilgrim of let's come to Lagos, which is already overpopulated, overcramped. dealing with issues already. And that's the sad thing. There are many boys in plenty parts of this country. There are boys in Sokoto that will rap your ass off, but we'll never hear of them because to even have the money to even come to Lagos self is wahala. And that's just sad. That is social political wahala that has crept into the Nigerian music industry.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Lagos is a myth when it comes to like, oh, who is Lagos producing as artists?
So
You understand?
the thing about Lagos is that
It's just the melting pot.
Lagos has an unfair advantage, and that is why you can never see a pure rapper come out from Lagos. Because if you're born in Lagos, whether you're Yoruba or not, you've listened to by the time you are 10, you've listened to Fuji, Juju, reggae, Makossa. You've listened to 20 genres of music. So when you're producing music, you're never going to produce 100% of that genre of music.
You
And
understand?
that's why we have Afrobeats. That is why a YC will come out and do juice. Even though he's a rapper, he will still give you juice. And you're like, how are you producing this? Because, bro, in your house, your popsy is playing KSA. You go to your neighbor, Igbo man, he's playing Oliver the Coke. You go to the Aboki down there, he's playing down Mariah Joss. Bro, you go to the neighborhood bar, they're playing Makossa, they're playing this thing there. Bro, they're playing Awilo. By the time you want to make music, you've already mixed everything up. So it's a melting pot like New York, where everything is. But other states have their own distinct sound. Like if you're from Benue, that Benue style, that Swange, 6 foot plus, shout out to him. That style will come out.
Oh God, 6 foot plus. Shout out to 6 foot plus, man. There was one time I actually went to listen to both of his albums, Millennium Bugging and the other one, and I was just like,
now that you mentioned regional stars and you mentioned Terry the Rapman too.
yeah,
I want to say that here that sample Ekwe, like the Terry's version,
my
like when it's
God.
sampled, it's one of like
Oh
the
my
greatest hip hop
God.
songs
Steve,
from
you should-
Nigeria.
Oh my
All I can say, all should have said was that
It's one of
you
like,
should have been in
bro,
Lagos. You should have been in
Bro.
Lagos that period.
Yeah,
We have stories.
bro, I was blown away. I was blown away. Because I already know because Delta State now sample Ekwe was like our
Yeah, it was
biggest
huge.
spot.
It was huge.
So seeing a hip hop artist sample that record, I lost
was a
my mind
moment.
though. I used to tell you this thing. The first time I used to tell you this. I told you this thing before. The first time I ever saw Terry the Rapman in my life, that was the day Zara died.
Oh yeah. I remember that day. We all met.
That's the day Zara died. I've told you this scenario. That
Yeah.
you guys were gisting. You guys were gisting with him. Osagie was saying that I was waiting for Osagie so that we'll go to Zara's house. We're going to like Zara's house. Osagie, you remember? Right?
Yeah.
So you, Terry the Rapman, one guy, and Osagie, all of you guys were gisting. And normally I would have walked up and say hi. From afar, I was just looking at Terry the Rapman and say, oh, this guy. This is this nigga. Like I just stayed far away. I was just looking at him. I'm like, damn, this guy. Bro, that record blew my mind. What?
Shout out to Terry the Rapman.
See,
Shout out to Terry, man.
the biggest non-secret in Nigeria is that the best rappers come from the north. I don't know why.
Facts.
I don't know why. But
Facts.
bars for bars is from the
Facts.
north. If you say, okay, let's forget music, let's do bars for bars. If you say another rapper, I'm
It's from the
begging you,
north
not
now.
Jesus.
Of course, it's from the
No.
north.
Bro, your local Okada rider listens to Tupac. That is how ingrained hip hop is in the
My
north.
favorite rapper right now is that guy. What's your business? That guy that's rapped. You remember? Oh, Ayo, you know the record now.
Yeah.
That Northern guy. I've forgotten his name. I listen to that record every day. You know?
And I feel they're going to come back big.
Yeah. The comeback is happening. Yeah.
Just and
They don't just
they've been
like
chilled. They've been chilled for a while.
they don't like the industry bullshit. They're very straight up.
Yeah, if you meet
people.
a northern rapper, they'll tell you they can't do. A northern rapper can't do more than 6 months in Lagos. He will run back to the north. You're like, no, we're not fucking.
Yeah, it's hard to like the Lagos industry thing if you are really
shout
not
out to
from here. Because I remember that's the problem this guy had with also the Warri guy. What's his name? Industry Night rapper, the guy that did Industry Night.
Eriga.
Eriga, that's also one of his biggest things about the industry. So
Yes, because a lot of fakery and all that.
there's a lot
I
of
remember
fake
some
And
rappers
you're
based in the
coming
north.
to a
in the
place
country.
where you are basically anonymous, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, and like what the fuck? Back home, if people see me on the road, everywhere don't scatter. Now,
That's
so
true. That's
it's
true.
weird. That's why we have to develop regions so that you can be a regional star and you're okay in your lane. Bro,
Which is what happens in
Nigga Raw is a god in Enugu. He's a god. He goes on stage. The first time I saw that guy go on stage in the East, I thought Jay-Z was rapping. Word for word, they're repeating it.
yeah, it's
It was
mad.
crazy.
Don't let me go into my Mr. Raw bag
I beg,
today. Oh.
we have many things in our dockets, please.
Yeah, to go into that bag would be crazy, man. Oh, well, if you guys are big fans of Mr. Raw, aka that nigga Raw,
The
That
original
you
nigga
can
name.
go and
raw.
listen to his classic 2006 album. It's called Everything Remains Raw. Bro, that album. Oh
Do you
my
know what it is to
god.
have like the biggest comedian in the hook of your most of your single?
So,
Do you
but
understand the impact of what that is?
Steve, do you
That's
know
the
the
debut
story?
album.
Steve, do you know the
That's the
story of that
debut
This
song?
guy.
album.
Do you know the story
Yes.
of that song?
Slightly.
So they were in a
Yeah.
group, but this guy blew before
Yeah.
him as a comedian. So like fuck it. But when they now
Yeah,
drop the song,
exactly.
yeah, they're in a group
Yeah.
together now. He was rapping or singing. Yeah, that song till today
But
played anywhere in this
Bro.
country.
it's a
No
classic.
People will
problem,
stand
bro.
up. Are
Bro, you
you
know what?
mad?
You know how crazy the song is a classic. The original is a classic. The remix is a classic.
The
I
remix bad
swear.
again.
It's
Do you
bad
understand?
again.
Like how many songs do you get?
Yeah.
This is I'm talking about this R. Kelly Gold status where Step in Name of Love has part one and part two, Ignition part one. Do you understand? Like
Yeah,
both
Chat
of
to
them, you
Closet
even
Part
know,
1 and Part to Part
Yeah.
15.
Obodo, the original one that has the video is a classic. Then the one that has the kick, Obodo,
Yeah,
that one too, that they is playing it. And see, they washed that record in the club. They
bro,
washed it.
it
That
was
Obodo
too
remix.
much. It was too
Oh,
much. Too much.
so shout out to Nigga Raw, man. That is everything remains raw. The guy was like in an element when he made the album musically. Fino produced on that album. Flavor
Yes,
is on
now.
that album.
Yeah.
Flavor is on that record. Whether you like
Like,
him, maybe you don't like him. I
yeah.
need to do a
No, you
music
know,
time
like
of that song.
Jam. That's another first one.
what are you? Yeah, yeah, but that's a jam.
Hey, I'm in love with an angel. I'm in love with an angel. Hey, I'm in love with an angel. Oh my God.
Eastern scene was hot then, so I'm not
Who
gonna
go dey
lie.
move madu?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
way when I do me, I know gbadun. Eh, kò
Shout
gbadun,
out to
kò
Kumzi.
gbadun.
Shout out to Kumzi.
Okay.
That was their Don Jazzy. Bringing out
Oh
hits.
God. Yeah, shout
Bringing
out
out
to the
hits like
Kumzi.
mad. You know who said
The
anybody.
Kumzi.
Kumzi.
Donkamighty day. Donkamighty. Nah, nah, nah. Nigga, raw one. No, people don't make music. People don't make music. I don't get. See, I listen to music now. I listen to Nigerian music, New Music Friday. Listen to music. But I'll tell you for a fact, I don't get it. Maybe because I'm old and like I'm, tone deaf
The,
to it.
the
But
last
I
the last
actually don't
artist
think
to
I'm
make
tone.
me
Sorry,
feel that
Steve.
way.
I don't think I'm tone deaf to it. I just feel like people are making music that is burning through everything and getting to me. Only a few
Yeah.
people when I hear it, I'm like,
I get
whoa, this is crazy.
so I'll talk
Oh,
about
man,
it.
this is
On my leg
mad.
gets to me. Oh.
So
No, I'm not saying in the entirety of it, right? But like Omale, now that
Yeah,
is
I
when you.
understand.
Let me tell you
yeah,
people that excited me when I heard the album, like genuinely excited me. Omale, that first album, Boy Alone.
Yeah.
I mean, the
classic.
EPs too were great, but like the Boy Alone, I'm like, this is, this is a level, right? You've done these singles, you've done all
Yeah.
this. The album, this is a level. Ajebo Hustlers,
Oh my
that
lord.
album they dropped. There's the record with Omale, right? Knowledge, knowledge is a top rapper. That guy called Knowledge.
Bro, have you seen Knowledge perform? People repeat
Oh
his
God.
bars.
That record with Omale, my baby girl. Na-na-na-na,
Osagie, you know what
na-na-na-na.
caused this thing? You know
Oh,
what
the
caused
way
this
the
issue?
way
No, no,
knowledge,
no,
the way
no.
knowledge was flowing in
More.
pidgin. Then the guy come. What's the name of the other guy? Knowledge, the
Piego.
guy that sings. Eh?
Piego.
Diego. The guy just goes rubber rubber. I'm like, how are these guys making these records in the studio? I want to sit there. Like that excites me, right? Fireboy, Apollo. I was listening to the album earlier today, and how did he write Tattoo? How did he write that record? How did he write Ja Elijah? And of course, while I for area, and save me from Delilah. How do you write like those are songs that really excite me, not songs that are made for let's just put it radio and it's a radio single and blah blah blah.
Osagie,
I'm
you know the
looking at
problem. You know the
original
problem.
composition that really excites you.
You know what caused it? You know what caused it?
What?
Back then, before streaming, Nigerian artists were making music for the entirety of Nigeria that will burn through the country. Everybody's going to listen to it. Look at P Square. P Square will drop a song, you know everybody, 36 states are listening to it. So the record has to be heavy. Now with streaming, everybody has streamlined their thing now. Oh, I have this cachet audience, this niche audience, so I'm doing my own thing.
I
I'm doing my
actually
own
don't
thing.
think it's streaming. I don't
Man,
agree.
man,
I
I feel
think
it's streaming.
I think the quality of music being made, right,
Yeah.
is not really streaming. Maybe streaming is kind of affecting it, but it's like it's very disposable. People don't know how to make like a body of work where everything is great. They
Obviously,
just focus
the
on like
talent
one
level has
single.
also dropped tremendously.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, look
Yeah.
at Boy Alone, look at Apollo, who dropped an album again. That's look at when Bez dropped the Super Son album, right? And
Oh
I don't even
God.
want to go as far back as then.
So
You
people
hear
don't
records like,
send.
how do you write records like "Baby Stop Pretending"? Do you
You know
understand?
the
Like,
issue? They keep telling them that oh, albums don't matter anymore. That's the biggest line in Afrobeats. Meanwhile, Burna uses Afrobeats to go around the world. His albums to go around the world and win a Grammy. But they keep
look at
telling
how
them
Bonner look
you
at
don't need an album, which is a lie. You
look
do
at
need.
look at this last Bonner's album. I told them, look at that record called "On Form." I'm so glad he performed that record at the Grammys, and we'll talk about the Grammys. When no they tire me, you understand? You
People don't
hear
give a
records
fuck
like
about
that, you're
albums
like,
anymore. They just want the single and get it. They just want the cash grab.
there's one record called Norma. It be Norma, no, Bonner mix. Bonner is an album guy.
Oh yes, no.
Bonner is an album
He's
guy.
from that school. Oh. Don't think of because he's
Yeah,
playing now. He's from that school of you guys drop album to show working.
yeah.
Now
He's the
niggas,
one that brought everybody back to making
yeah.
albums now,
Now you
because
drop
that
single.
era, that 2016 era, everybody was just making singles. Nobody was
Yeah.
drop. The big three weren't dropping albums now. Like, he was the big three. The other two, when they were
Yeah.
single, somebody had dropped it. Is when he
True.
went back to everyone said make I see,
Recaliber.
make I see,
And the young cats
make I see.
cannot necessarily play at that level because it's kind of harder for them because they just want to get the single, get the money of the streams and just ball. But
I actually
because
think they
uh,
can't play. A lot of them can't play on that level. The ones
bro,
who drop the
they
albums that are
can,
good
but they
can
don't
play on
listen
it.
to people. They don't listen
But
to people.
I don't know an artist. I don't know an artist who has built his career off being a single and
That is the question
lasted.
I keep asking.
Like I've
That
not
is the
seen
question
a
I keep asking.
yeah,
Show me
I've not seen
one.
someone who just said, "Oh, I want to be releasing single." Yeah, I've
Hmm.
not. Yeah, so to really have a good career, a long-standing career, you must have body of work, like bodies of
Yeah,
work, albums, projects, EPs, plus
yeah.
your singles. It's impossible. There's no artist. If you call like the top 20 legendary Nigerian artists, Afrobeat artists, their work today is built off albums, right? So yeah,
You can't skip.
that's why Made in Lagos was so important to Whiskey because
Yeah.
there was so much doubt over him. You know what's happening with this guy? He just drop
Yeah.
him. Say,
No, why
guy, I
it
still
was
dig
touch and
him.
go. It was like they looked as if the new guys were about to kill
Yeah,
everybody.
it was a dangerous period for him. Yeah,
Yeah. Which I have to say again, once again, when it's all said and done, this generation of Wizkid, that Wizkid Olamide Davido generation, why are they so hard to kill off?
they are the greatest.
That generation is
They are the
bro.
great. Because
I've
they're the
not seen
greatest
anything like
generation
this
now.
before.
They're the greatest as
You
a
can't
generation.
the moment you
Yeah.
count them out. Look at Davido. Oh, Davido is done, can never do it. Boom. Timeless.
Yeah, I think that generation, it's hard to count those guys out, man. Well, you just think, okay, I think it's a wrap
Yeah.
for them. Boom,
That's said,
another
no,
one again.
we have another album that is coming. Like, bro, you guys is
You
like
know.
011, 010. You guys have been killing us. Why?
Yeah, and please, when we have the conversation with those guys, it's always important to bring up Tiwa Savage as well,
Oh,
because
yes, yes.
Of
she's from
course.
that
Now.
generation,
Yeah,
and
she's not
you know what
generation
Tiwa is
now.
going to do? Tiwa is just going to do like 3 collabos before Q4, before Q3 ends.
You see,
3 heavy collabos, because
hit for
she's
hit.
the queen of collabos.
Hit for
She
hit.
just jump,
No, if you
she
catch
just goes
them.
and jumps on your remix, or she just goes and just collabs with you. Remember when she did the Galileo remix with Pato Rankin? Thing just took off.
Osage. You know where I fear Tiwa?
Spyro. Do you know the main Spyro record?
Mhm.
Nobody listens to that shit.
No, it's because
The
Tiwa is a
main
big
record.
dog. Tiwa is a
Nobody
big dog
remembers the
now.
main.
Bro,
Was
Tiwa
it
is a
that
big dog now.
Nazi's my guy? And
one of my
Nazi's
favorites
my guy.
Tiwa verses
Joey
is on
Zaza, do
Wahala
some
remix. Wahala
Come on.
remix.
Oh, yeah.
Wahala remix.
Which record is
That's
that?
one of my favorites Tiwa verses.
Which song is that?
Uh Wahala now. Make you try to enjoy.
You don't know
know
You
that
still
who-
don't know the record I'm talking about.
No, who sang it?
Wahala, you know they finish. Make you try to enjoy.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
one, I'm not PH guy again. Wonder Batten.
Yeah, another
Wonder
PH guy
Batten.
again.
Oh,
Wonder
Wonder Mountain
Batten.
Wonder
Yeah,
Records. Oh
Batten.
man, nah,
Yeah.
Batten, yeah, it's a PH
Do you,
guy too.
do
Yeah.
you know when I was scared of Tiwa Savage when she did codeine? I'm a codeine diet. I'm like, what the fuck? How can you be in
Coding
yeah.
between
diet.
any money
Yeah,
and
she's
release
still
and still like? Do you know how street that is?
she's
Yeah.
still
It's so
she's still
versatile.
versatile. Make single, she go sing. Lamba, anyhow you want
And
it.
now I won't bring down.
You
We
know,
are here for you.
she's very versatile. You know,
Yeah, I gotta give it to her. She's
and
very
she has red.
hardworking.
And she has red. Hmm.
Nah, Red, come on, man.
She has
Yeah,
red.
that's
How
right.
many
Red.
people can boast of an album? You know, even the one they're trying
I,
to market now, no shit to her.
Steve,
That's the
Steve, be nice.
projects.
Be kind, be kind,
You
be
know,
kind,
easy.
be kind, be kind.
yeah, you need to come with your CV.
I
You
know. I
need to
don't
come
mention
with your
anybody
CV.
name now. I
You
know.
know what? Actually, when Steve actually marshaled that point to me once, I was like, you know what?
You need it.
It's true. They don't feel there's count 200 million people like this now. Show working first.
You
This
need you
Afrobeat,
need
you not show
you need
working. I don't need to know the genre you are doing. If you are doing the Brahmo style, Brahmo don't drop like 7 albums. Show us working first.
Brian will say, see my
Show us
CV.
working.
See
See
my
my
CV.
CV.
Even Made don't drop
Show us
album.
working.
Even Made Kuti don't drop album.
Yes,
Got
now.
nominated for
Yeah,
Grammy. So
Drop
what are you
it.
doing? Drop
Drop
it.
it. You don't
yeah, you
understand.
have
What's
to.
coming
It's your
here?
body of
Drop
work.
it.
It's your body of work. If you can't give me the body of
You
work,
can't
It's called
hide.
a,
I
You can't
respect
hide.
you.
it's
Yeah.
called a
I
body.
respect
If the
you.
body no day,
Do you
then what are you
understand?
looking at?
Like when we now want to go into the goat conversations, you will have to take a seat.
Yeah.
You would have to take a seat while the goats get on stage.
Tiwa is
Right?
looking like a strong 2 in female goats right now. Looking like a strong 2 or a
Yeah.
strong 3.
Who's
Yeah.
who's number? Who do we want to put at number one? We want to put
Elegance now.
Asha, right?
No, Elegant Stallion.
Oh, are you saying from back then?
You know me, I
From
did
the
all.
90s?
You know me, I'm an all-rounder. We did carry and go back. We don't do
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
Nigerian.
I'm sorry. Me, I'm a 99 guy. I just want to keep it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Of
But
course,
yeah.
Elegant Stallion. Definitely number 1.
Yeah, but Tiwa is amazing. Tiwa
Tiwa
is
is looking
amazing. From
strong,
like
yeah.
when she debuted in that 2010 till now, she's been on everybody's necks.
And she's a cultural power force.
How
The
can you be
liberation,
on
which has
everybody's necks for
liberated,
10 years?
which has liberated like women in the entertainment space. The confidence
It's
alone,
crazy.
bro.
It's crazy. It's
It's,
unprecedented. Nobody did what she was doing. The mere fact that people are doing what they're doing now, the ladies are doing what they're doing
it's
now,
because of
is all
Tiwa now.
built off Tiwa. It's
Tiwa
built
now.
off her.
Everything, the blueprint is built off Tiwa, no matter what. No matter the genre you're doing, it's built off Tiwa.
Yeah. She owns the blueprint. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Much respect to her. Much respect to her. Shout out to
Mommy Jam
Tiwa
Jam.
Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, aka Mommy Jam Jam.
The-
Anyways, guys, you're welcome to Loose Talk Podcast. I know we just went into a
After
music
almost
bomb.
an hour.
Sorry about that, guys.
Well, we just started.
Sorry about that,
Awesome.
guys. But yeah, you're welcome to the Loose Talk Podcast. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Osagie Alonge.
My name is Ayomide Tayo.
Lead researcher here.
Okay, good.
I have the sound for you.
You're a hater.
Thank you.
You're a hater.
As you saw the energy we came in busting, letting the chain, letting the chopper fly, and you just
That's
dodged
why-
the one moment.
That's the energy. That's the energy of a lead researcher. I'm calm, collected, focused. On
Nah,
talk
so.
to her. That's it, man.
You guys say focused.
That's
Not so. Anyways, man, we just went to a music wormhole, so let's just go straight into it. Hope everybody's doing good. Steve, you're in Nairobi. What's good?
Nothing much. We just there now.
What's
Just
happening?
chilling.
What's happening in Nairobi? How's the weather? The weather is cool. It's way you escape the heat.
No.
You escape the heat in Lagos.
It's like as if
That's
AFCON finish like
that's the
this.
number one thing.
AFCON finish like this. They will just say on the fire. Put. What? 35
No
degrees, my
lights,
nigga.
nothing,
35 degrees, 36 degrees.
bro.
Oh,
Because all through today, I didn't leave the hotel because I've been working, meetings, stuff like that, right? So this evening around like 6, 7, I'm like, let me just go outside and just take a little stroll now. I was going to buy chicken and chips, I ordered it, but it was taking time, so I canceled the order and I just said, okay, let me just use the opportunity to work. So I wore like my jean, like a shirt.
You always
I
have
just
to wear a
walked out.
jacket.
And then I walked out. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, nope. Went inside to wear a jacket. because the place is like it's really cold.
I'll
Yeah,
do anything for that weather.
Like
so
16
I'm
degrees. Let
really
me check.
enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It's not hot like Lagos, so I'm taking a
Lagos, you
break.
people are
So
fornicating too much. That's the problem in Lagos. That's why there's too much heat. You people take it easy.
every,
Take it easy.
It's the ta ta
um,
ta that is going
It's
on
too
that
much
is
after that thing
increasing
they
the
cause
heat.
friction. As two bodies are jamming like that, it's creating heat.
As they
You
are
people
hearing the
don't
ta
know.
ta ta, the heat is
It's
just it's
creating heat. You
friction.
people
The
Lagos
friction is
celebrate for
creating heat.
once. Oh,
It's maybe they can use it. Maybe they can use it to generate power.
I'm having another one.
That's,
Nigeria for don't get 24 hours light.
you understand? Because if they hear the ta ta ta, the thing is supposed to strike power somehow. The power, okay. Grrr,
So when you rub two
connect.
sticks together, wow.
You understand? Connect it to like
oh wow,
a maybe as all these in Europe now. You have all these hydro plants, all these
yeah,
Sexual plants. We have a
and you go
sexual
find
plant.
way man. Maybe you go put what's the name of those calipers? You put it on wherever you need to put it on. So as the thing they strike, you go just dey generate power. And then you can store the power
yeah.
somewhere in
No dey
batteries.
work. Oh.
And then the battery can power the nation. It's the only way.
That's
Anyways, let's get it going. AFCON. We actually held this podcast a
man.
day back because of the African Cup of
No.
Nations
Don't lie. Don't lie,
final.
Osagi. Don't lie, Osagi.
Why we held it back?
We had it back
Actually, held
because
it back because
somebody here is infatuated with a
it's a
singer that blew up in 1996. That is why we held it back.
that's true. That's true.
Usher,
We held
Usher
it
did
back
not
here.
blow up in 1996.
We'll,
Usher's first album was in 1993. 1994,
we'll,
sorry.
we'll get there. We'll get to that. But at least one of the
All right.
reasons why we held it back was because we wanted to discuss,
Yeah,
the
they have
outcome
come.
of the African Cup of Nation final, which was played yesterday on Sunday nights between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire,
Yeah.
which they prefer it to be called, and not Ivory Coast. And
I type Ivory Coast too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the what are they called? Are they the Elephants?
The elephant. Oh yeah, the elephants.
Elephants.
Yes, the elephants, not the Arsenal elephant that is always falling from the tree. Is not that one.
Gunshot.
Shout out to all my gooners. This is the elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and Cote d'Ivoire won the game 2-1 or
Yeah.
1-2. They won 2 goals to 1. Nigeria lost in the final. Not our first outing
Not our first
losing in the
rodeo.
final. I believe this is the third or fourth time. We usually lose in the semis and go on to win third place. That's like our thing, right? We've won
Yeah.
like third place like 4 times. We've done a whole deep dive on this on the pod. Anyways, but yeah, we lost. Trostekon got the goal. I watched the match. Trostekon got the goal, which was
Super
amazing.
captain. Super captain.
Super captain got the nod and everything. And tactically, I think we tried to pack the bus and play haram football. And Cote d'Ivoire just wanted it more.
So there's
And
no
we
Boko
lost.
today.
And I guess the funny thing here is, we bullshitted our way all through, and if you draw a parallel with that, with what's going on social media, we sort of like bullied our way all through, and it was so anticlimactic to lose. But like the way the script writers of this AFCON, there is no better way you could write
Man.
it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm a Nigerian. I wish the Super Eagles won, but seeing Cote d'Ivoire win, I was also very happy for them.
Bro.
They
Like
hosted the
it was
tournament.
a very interesting story.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
hosted the
the
tournament.
narrative is too mad.
They were great hosts. They were great hosts as well.
They were nearly kicked
The
out.
tournament was they were nearly kicked out. They had to fight for
Best loser.
the best losers, and then they got in there, and it was trouble until they got their shit right. They fired their coach after their third game, which they lost 4-0 at home, embarrassing. And they fired their coach. They went to the French league, tried to get a coach there. The FIFA or whoever said no, and then they brought in their assistant
The
coach and
assistants.
told him, "Hey man, the reign is yours." And the guy did some really good tactical adjustments. I saw that he
Yeah.
bent Nicolas Pepe. Shout out to Steve and another
And
ex Guna.
shout out to Judegbas. long suffering Pepe fan.
That's the number one Pepe. That's the only person.
That's the only fan of Nicolas Pepe that is remaining in this world.
I swear, and brought in Sebastian Haller, and the rest is history. They got it.
Osagie.
But Steve, I'll leave it to
Brought in
you.
Seri into the
I'll leave it
as a
to you to
defensive
do a deep
midfielder.
dive. on how amazing Cote d'Ivoire was and what Nigeria could have done different. Tell us.
Um, I think Cote d'Ivoire they rode their luck though, especially in the second round in the quarterfinals. Also, I remember they were 10 men down, they were 1 man down. Even came back to win. Like they rode their luck. But what I could say about the final was like going behind to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think it spurred them to say, you know what, we can't lose this. This is home. And the Super Eagles were not great on Sunday in that finals. They looked tired. They were not like they were not robust enough. There was too many scrambles. They lost their head. Even Nwabali, let me tell you, that first goal, the equalizer, it's partly his fault because he came out for the corner kick. He didn't come out like he came out and he hesitated. Then he lost his position, and that's why he couldn't dive away to save that ball. If he had not come out at all, he would have been able to save that game, that goal easily. There's so many things. They lost their head. There's so many arguments on the pitch. Then, because of how they were sitting back, I'll say this: Ivory Coast were the only team who dared to say, "Fuck it, who the fuck are these guys? So let's just go after them again and again and again." The only team that tried it was South Africa, right? But I think we physically dominated them, so they couldn't do that much. But they tried. They dominated position. They came after us. They came after our high line, throwing the balls in. But they weren't just good enough. Ivory Coast had like really experienced players, like top level players who had played at the top level. Kessie had played for AC Milan, Juve. You had the captain, the Nottingham Forest guy.
Yeah.
Who had played for PSG. You had the Brighton guy. You had Hala. Like top level players who have seen it all. So they're like they dared and said, let's go after this guy. And they really, really tactically bullied us and played us off the park. We didn't deserve to win that game at all. The host, the people who the winners deserved it. They played really well and won. But the Super Eagles, most importantly, the most critical thing for me was that they looked leggy. They were so tired. And I was having a conversation with someone this morning. A very senior member of the team who was complaining of the distractions that was in that team from Thursday, on Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. Too many visitors, too many people just coming to the camp just to give motivational speeches. Too many. Like the Super Eagles camp was just too open. That's his main complaint about it. And they kind of lost focus ahead of that final, and kind of took these things for granted. Just thought maybe, oh, you know what, we'll just win it. We'll just wing it. We'll score one, sit back, and that was how the final got into their head, and they just lost everything. Even if we're still defending and we sat back, there was still this certain level of composure and compactness that we had in defense. Even while you penetrate the midfield, that defense was really, really hard. But Ivory Coast had so many clear chances. Even before they scored, they were just really opening us. They were just going through, and it just didn't make sense. So I think physically they were not up for it. They were not focused enough. They took things for granted. They took the occasion for granted, and the hosts were really, really prepared. And they had a very interesting. Osagie talked about the story, the story arc in the tournament. Losing 4-0 scandalously at home in the group stage, almost out.
Losing to Nigeria.
They lost to Nigeria. Qualified as best losers in the quarterfinals. The second round, I think it was penalty. Quarterfinals, they were losing 1-0 to. They were 10 men down. They were 1 man down. They equalized and won the game. Just so many. The story arc was just too amazing. And like Osagie said, the script writers, they played it off well. They got their dream final, which was the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Loud as fuck, Nigerians. But it was a very, very, very fantastic hope.
It's uncalled for. It's barbarian behavior.
It's just ignorance.
You can be annoyed that you lost.
Yeah, because
bro, if you know what it takes,
final, I know, yeah.
If you know what it takes to be a professional footballer,
it's just people don't know, man.
Yeah.
People just sit down and talk.
There's news that Iwobi has retired. I can't fault a man who lives where he is in the comfort of the UK to put on the green jersey.
That would work, Abi.
Small,
Don't you guys think so?
small of his what?
Yes, it smells like a